But you said, nah, this need to be you.
That's who you are. Yeah. Come on, Slime.
You laugh like that?
Nah, not like that, Slime. Come on. I ain't
Not like the War Report.
They calling and saying, yo, Prodigy doesn't want to be a part of the record anymore. So we left Prodigy on the hook. We took his verse off.
And you write the book and say, N.O.R.E somebody.
N.O.R.E didn't mind that. He didn't mind that.
N.O.R.E my mama mistake.
N.O.R.E was like, how come I tell people that when no one cares, but when Prodigy says it?
Don't you know how a mistake?
Capone is finally spilling the truth about what really went down between N.O.R.E. and Prodigy, and it's got folks raising eyebrows. People are starting to ask if N.O.R.E. was actually part of some bigger move to shut Prodigy down once and for all. For years, everyone brushed off the beef between Prodigy and Capone and Noreaga as just street gossip, jailhouse whispers, or typical rap world drama. But now, fans are connecting the pieces, and some are saying N.O.R.E. might have had a hand in pushing Prodigy out the game. Wild, right? So what did Capone actually say? What's the real reason N.O.R.E. had a problem with Prodigy? And was he really tied to that rumored industry plot to silence him? Let's get into it.
They put no. I gotta say that. I gotta say that because Marley wasn't privileged. Marley put in work.
To really get why Capone's latest comments hit like a punch to the gut, you gotta rewind to the late 90s and early 2000s. Back then, Mobb Deep and Capone and Noreaga were repping Queens heavy. No industry puppets, just raw street-certified crews. Prodigy and N.O.R.E. weren't exactly tight, but they definitely crossed paths. They dropped verses on some of the same tracks, rocked stages together, and ran in the same circles. On the surface, there was respect, or at least enough to keep things cool. But somewhere along the line, that vibe started shifting. Then boom, 2011 hit like a bomb. Prodigy dropped his tell-all, My Infamous Life, and it lit the whole industry on fire. He wasn't holding back names, and one of the names he put out there was Capone. According to Prodigy, Capone had snitched, allegedly testifying in a case linked to Havoc's brother, Killer Black. Whether it was facts or not, just saying that in print stirred the pot big time. Capone wasn't having it either. He hit interviews fired up, daring Prodigy to call him a snitch to his face.
I didn't know nothing about the crime. I wasn't Killer's co-defendant. I wasn't there when the crime happened. I ain't speak to him after. I ain't speak to nobody after. But I gave a fake statement. Hey, it happens. But I didn't put nothing in there to incriminate nobody. But at the end of the day, when it came time to go to trial, they try to use that shit. Like I gave a statement. But go ahead, it's a lie. I don't care. Because Prodigy tried to say, oh, he gotta, what'd he say? He gotta take it up with himself or something. Some fun like that. I'm like, my man, I'm a G. Let me tell you something. I bust my gun to the fullest in the hood, man. I did my crimes. I went up north. So in that time, when all that's supposed to happen, right after that happened, I came right back to the hood. I didn't go nowhere and hide. I didn't dip from nobody. I was in your face. I was in everybody's face. Nobody had nothing to say.
But Prodigy's fans weren't letting it slide. They started pressing Capone hard. Like, why would he even step foot in that courtroom or say anything if he wasn't directly involved? It didn't add up to them. Then out of nowhere, N.O.R.E. jumped into the mix too. He backed up Charlemagne when he called Prodigy out for dry snitching, just by writing that book in the first place. Drama everywhere.
The book. And we were talking about his book. He has his autobiography out right now.
Right.
And he definitely kept it real about everything from his point of view.
He did a lot of dry snitching, though.
From everything that happened.
He talked about people getting shot, people shooting,
yeah,
people fighting.
Did.
He said it, and you, I like the way you put it, you dry snitch ass. I like the way you put it.
Eventually, N.O.R.E. and Prodigy decided to dead the drama, at least for a moment, by taking it to social media. Prodigy was the first to speak out and set things straight. He wrote, "I don't know why people are saying I beat N.O.R.E. up. That's not what my book says, and that's not what happened. Read before you speak. He made it clear he never claimed to win or lose that clash. He just told the story how it went down. That's what autobiographies are about, he said. Real life. Straight from the source. N.O.R.E. kept it cool and replied with a simple, "My ninja." And just like that, it looked like the beef was finally over, or so people thought. But fast forward to 2012, and things exploded again. Havoc jumped on Twitter and sent shockwaves through the game, accusing Prodigy of being gay and even claiming he was sending love letters to dudes while locked up. The internet went crazy after that one. Havoc didn't hold back. He came online wildin'. He wrote, "I got homies in the jail system to back up that Prodigy was smashing dudes in there. Prodigy proved me wrong. Please. I got a big announcement, and folks who were locked up with him know the truth." But Havoc wasn't finished. He kept going, claiming he smacked Prodigy before and wasn't scared to do it again. He posted, "I had to smack P, ask him. Let's do it one-on-one, me and P." Then he added that Prodigy would never step up, saying he always ducks the smoke. It got even messier. Havoc started calling Prodigy a Long Island B and straight up questioned whether he was even really from Queensbridge. The disrespect was crazy. But then, in a total twist, Havoc tried to walk it all back. He put out a statement saying he didn't post any of that and claimed his phone had been stolen. Yeah, that's what he said.
So then he put out a statement. "Just getting back into New York after my Easter weekend with family and friends in Jersey. I left my phone at a gas station yesterday evening while on my way to Jersey after a glorious Knicks game. To all Mobb Deep fans, it's business as usual. It's Mobb Deep all day. My Twitter account @TheRealHavoc will be down until further notice. The only other real account is @Prodigy Mobb Deep. Ignore the rest one."
So he talked all this tough talk on Twitter only to say that his phone got stolen at a gas station and somebody else was tweeting it. But when you look at the tweets, he was actually tweeting from the web, not even mobile web, just from the web. So even if your phone got stolen, it don't matter because you was tweeting from the web.
All right, so our boy N.O.R.E. actually.
But this is where things got even nastier. An audio clip dropped, and in it, Havoc doubled down. You could hear him clearly repeating the same claims about Prodigy being gay, and even admitting he smacked Pete.
Played a clip of this is Havoc, right?
This is Havoc.
Talking about Prodigy.
Yes.
We'll say allegedly just to cover
Allegedly,
our ass, but this is Havoc.
I don't got nothing against gay people or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, look your son. Look, watch. And then this in the jail, come out from the woodworks and they're going to tell you what the he was doing. He gay. I had to smack him like a month and a half ago. When we used to do it South by Southwest.
Now explain what he just said, Charlamagne.
He basically said that his former partner in rhyme, I don't want to say former because I guess they're still together, Prodigy is gay and there's dudes in the jail that are going to come out the woodworks and back up his story, and he's actually smacked Prodigy a month and a half ago at the South by Southwest.
Then N.O.R.E. jumped back in and stirred the pot even more. He straight up confirmed, "Yeah, that's Havoc's voice, no denying it." But he didn't stop there. He threw some slick shade at Prodigy too, saying, "The cat's gonna be let out of the bag soon." Now everyone was wondering, what else was about to come out?
I think that it happened, things like this been happening over years. You've been hearing rumors. And even though, you know, he probably going to come and he's going to deny it, I think that the cat will be let out the bag very soon.
But N.O.R.E. tried to walk it back later, claiming he was just playing around. When folks asked him straight up if he believed Havoc's claims about Prodigy's sexuality, N.O.R.E. didn't give a yes or no. He just shrugged it off with, "Ask Havoc." Real slick dodge. But by then, it was too late. The rumor mill was on fire. Fans were torn. Some were convinced the whole thing was just a clout move. Even Prodigy later admitted they milked the drama for what it was worth. But others felt there was something deeper, more personal fueling all this chaos. Now jump to today, and there's new tension brewing. But this time it's between Capone and N.O.R.E. Word on the street is that Capone's been keeping his distance, not checking in with N.O.R.E. like he used to. Folks close to the circle say he's been ghosting, and people are starting to wonder what really went down between the two. Allegedly, Capone's been out here telling folks he's not feeling the way N.O.R.E. moves in the game, or the shady people he's been linking up with. And this is where it starts to get real deep. Let's not forget, Prodigy spent years going hard against the music industry, the government, the prison system, and even secret societies. He wasn't whispering either. He was loud with it. He straight up called out the higher-ups running the industry, accusing them of being involved in some straight-up dark, twisted behavior behind closed doors. No filters, no fear.
It's definitely not a joke, man. It's a lot of real stuff going on out here in this world. Secret societies are real. It's definitely very obvious, that they're at work and it's at play in the music industry, in the food industry, politics. Everywhere you turn is everywhere. You just got to read the signs, you know what I mean? The writing on the wall, basically, is all in front of your face, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, once people just learn about it and do a little research about it all, they'll be able to see like, oh wow, I understand what's going on. And all this ritualistic and rituals on little, they kids doing satanic rituals. Like, this stuff is really going on in this world. Like, you know what I mean? You got sick people like Jeffrey Dahmer and different people like that. And I believe that it was a different background to it, or why he was doing what he was doing. I think it was some ritualistic things going on.
Prodigy even said straight up, he wasn't scared to die if that's what it took to expose the real truth.
Even though I was inside, locked in a prison, I wanted to show them that I still had no fear in my heart, about speaking my mind and letting people know what time it is. There's no reason for me to fear, because it's really nothing. There's nothing they can do besides and I'm not afraid of that.
Then boom, in 2017, he's gone. The official word, he allegedly choked on an egg while in a hospital bed. But here's the twist. He was literally working on a musical about the Illuminati when he passed. Yeah, you read that right. So of course, fans started questioning everything. The timing felt way too wild to be a coincidence, and the story just didn't sit right. But N.O.R.E. wasn't having it. He shut it down fast. In a recent interview with Havoc, when the topic came up, N.O.R.E. brushed it off like it was nonsense. He called the whole thing a conspiracy theory and kept it moving. Even tried to get Havoc to back him up and say it was all just made up talk.
I'm sorry to start with you with such a harsh question, but a lot of people, when they look at Prodigy's death, right, there's a lot of conspiracy theories that floats around that death. People actually say that it was an eggshell. Obviously, when I want to interview anybody, I Google everything, and people are saying, and then there's this video, and you tell me if this is real or not, I don't know, of Prodigy and they're like Illuminati, a guy running up on the Illuminati and saying, you better not put out this video. You know,
somebody was ran up on
him, yeah, and he had the people had a mask on. Did you ever see this video?
Nah, it was a real video.
It was I don't know if it's a real video. Up on him? Yeah, they ran up on him and they was like, you better not put this video out, whatever video that it is.
Now, here's where it gets even more suspect. Some folks think N.O.R.E. was just trying to protect his ties in the industry, but others, they believe he was doing major damage control, maybe because he knew more than he let on. Or worse. Not that he set anything up directly, but maybe he played a part in discrediting Prodigy. Some believe N.O.R.E. gaslit him, left him out to dry, and helped push him further away when Prodigy needed real backup the most. And if N.O.R.E. really was just joking when he co-signed those wild rumors about P's sexuality and claimed they squashed their beef, then why keep Prodigy's name getting dragged through the dirt like that? Now, with whispers that Capone is pulling back and creating space from N.O.R.E, people are wondering, does he know more than he's letting on to? Is this his quiet way of backing out? One thing's for sure, the cracks are showing loud and clear. And the deeper you dig, the less this looks like old rap beef. In an industry this shady, the ones who survive and thrive usually ain't the loudest. They're the ones who play their role, keep their heads down, and never speak too loud. But the ones who speak out, the ones like Prodigy who ask too many questions, they either fade away or get taken out. Now people are saying it's no accident that Prodigy died the way he did, under some seriously shady circumstances, while someone like N.O.R.E ended up with corporate deals, sitting pretty on platforms like Diddy's Revolt. So the real question is, did N.O.R.E make it to the top because he played the game? Did he get rewarded for staying in line? Or even worse, for helping to silence someone who wouldn't? Do you think N.O.R.E was just playing around with all that talk about Prodigy? Or was there something way darker going on behind the scenes? Was he compromised? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what y'all think about all this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your crew, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. Catch you in the next video.